Welcome to the World Rally Championship and welcome to Rally Argentina. Round 5 on the championship calendar delivers incredible stages, incredible scenes of passionate fans, and of course, awesome action. The opening days in Argentina have been nothing but dramatic. We'll recap in just a moment. Myself, Bex Williams and Julian Porter ready to talk you through all the action from day 2 proper here. Citroën driver Mads Osberg was one of the first drivers to fall foul of conditions, hitting a rock, taking a wheel off and putting pay to his day. The Norwegian rejoins us under Rally 2 on day 2.
Mikko Hirvonen next up. Wasn't much further down the road when this happened. Mikko getting lost in his pace notes and hitting the wall hard.
This is Danny Sordo and Mark Marty on the road section in between stages. An issue with the turbo meant that the Spaniard was exceptionally frustrated with the lack of power to his engine.
Hyundai of Thierry Neuville and Nicolas Gilsol struggling away the rough conditions, taking part of the sump guard off in Askechinga.
Both Hyundais unfortunately retired from day 1, but they're back under Rally 2.
Here's Elvin catching Thierry. This was in the final stage of yesterday. Elvin giving him just a little tap. Thierry pulling over. Not long later, pulling over for good, as you said, Bex. Elvin, great run yesterday.
For Volkswagen, it was a strong day, wasn't it? But for poor Andreas Mikkelsen, Jules, final stage problems.
That was it. Alternator belt came off. Lost his battery power, stopped. Someone who had a great day yesterday. Look at the mud. Jari-Matti Latvala.
I really enjoyed the driving, and that's when these things happen. It's like Malcolm Wilson used to say to me, Jari-Matti, you have to enjoy, then it will go. And that's the way what Malcolm said, he was right.
That's a delighted Jari-Matti Latvala, and he should be. He takes 17.7 seconds as an advantage over his teammate into the second day. Chris Meek in 3rd position overall, a strong start to Rally Argentina from Chris. So let's take a look at the action for today. Then we have 5 stages in total. 2 runs of 2 40-kilometer stages, followed by a super special.
M Sports Service this morning, Bex. It was a busy old place yesterday. Mikko Hirvonen's car, massive repairs. Roll cage repair, dampers, front and rear suspension, gearbox, diff. Total bill of £75,000 for Mikko Hirvonen's car to be repaired. Elvin and Dan Barrett leaving the service.
It's a good thing Mikko doesn't have to pay for that himself, eh?
It is a good thing. Right, the fans were out early. The sun was coming up. There was a bit of rain around as well, though. Stage 6, the first one of the day.
I want to be with those guys. They're having a lot of fun out there.
Okay, Danny Sordo back. 3 hours work from the Hyundai mechanics last night. All sorts changed on that car. Danny's back with Mark Marty. Unfortunately, their hard work wasn't going to last very long because of that dip and bump. Immediately losing the power, and a very similar situation to yesterday.
Here's Sordo's teammate Thierry Neuville. Approaching the stricken Sordo and past. It was a good opening stage from Thierry Neuville. Really on the pace and comfortable with a Hyundai 20.
Andreas Mikkelsen, as you touched on, great day yesterday. 3rd place until the alternator and the battery failed. He's back under Super Rally and he is absolutely flying. He was to win this stage, but it wasn't plain sailing.
Matty mentioned muddy conditions in the stages. A lot of drivers suffered with that water splash going in and coming out of it.
It was just because the car is half on the gravel, half on the water. Prokop approaching another water splash. Oh! Martin just dropping off and clipping the back. Got away with it. Very, very lucky, if I'm honest.
Here we're on board with Robert Kubica. Really strong opening day from him. Through the water splash safely. He doesn't want to make any mistakes this weekend. He wants a clean run. So far, so good for Kubica.
That's it. Sordo's got a little bit further into the stage. He was to get to the end of the stage with Sordo, but he would stop then.
Here we are, second place, Sébastien Ogier. Feels odd to say second placed.
I say, wouldn't like that. Oh, some big rocks there. But Ogier on a bit of a mission this morning. Wasn't even all that impressive. Pushing as hard as he could.
Obviously a big fight now between you and Latvala. Can you put him under pressure?
That's definitely the target, but that was not a perfect start for us in the day. A lot of rocks on the road, and it's hard to push maximum on that. So of course I want to fight back for the victory, but not with crazy risk, with bad conditions sometimes.
We want crazy risks. We want you to push like mad.
Yeah, but I'm not mad, you know, they have a championship to win.
He's not mad, Sébastien Ogier. He's just a world champion. That's a heck of a water splash there. We would see rain throughout the day, but here's our rally leader, the confident Jari-Matti Latvala.
The first stage this morning for me was the key. If he could just keep Ogier behind him, that would psychologically set him up for the day.
Jari 0.3 quicker than Ogier. Do you see that as positive, or did you want more?
No, it's positive. It's definitely positive. I was worried that I gonna lose towards the end because I saw that I'm losing to Andreas, but there was nothing what I could do. I think road is getting so soft, so rutted. It's asking so much power when it's getting rut, so and no chance to coming any faster. One place I did a little mistake, but all the rest was good.
The Finn has worked hard in that stage. You can see from the sweat pouring off him. Jari-Matti then keeps ahead, extends his lead a little over Sébastien Ogier. Up to 18 seconds now. Meek remaining in third, Kubica fourth, Elfyn Evans in fifth. Keep an eye on Andreas Mikkelsen. He's in seventh position at the moment. That is set to change. Stage 7, another 40-kilometre stage. Thank you very much.
Yeah, big stages, long stages. Something I noticed this morning, the only cars to carry 2 spares was the Volkswagens. And here comes Elfyn Evans and Dan Barrett. Starting to lose a place, lost a place in the first stage, Kubica, but Dan just kind of guiding Elfyn through here. Look at the fog coming in now. You touched on the rain. Fog now starting to descend on the stages.
To be honest, we've been waiting for that. This rally is classic for these kind of conditions, but it's only throughout the morning that the fog and the rain really started to appear. Visibility not so bad at this point, though.
This is where the experience of Dan Barrett comes in, guiding over. He doesn't want to make a mistake, and that's what exactly, you know what I mean, keeping it neat and tidy. Look how bumpy this is.
This is Mikkelsen, and he really is on a charge during the morning stages. The confidence and the absolute joy of driving that Polo are evident.
It was evident, as you said, climbing up the leaderboard, up to 4th by the 2 stages in the morning. And chasing this man, Chris Meek.
Yeah, Chris Meek's in third. There's a big gap between Mikkelsen and Meek, but Andreas is just eating into the time differences.
Chris obviously new to the rally. Bit of a moment. Bit of a moment, I think, there. The kind of reaction.
Bit of an oof.
Yeah, a bit of an oof, yeah.
He got through, though. Chris Meek in third after that stage.
It was simply an oi oi oi. We had an incorrect pace note in there. We were quite lucky. over a crest. I had a 6 left over a crest, and we went completely wide into the bank. So yeah, pace note error. But then it got quite foggy up over the top, quite a lot of fog. So I struggled to pick my line, and yeah, I really struggled. But as I say, I expected to struggle on these stages. They're so difficult. I wanted to lose a second a K to whoever, and it seems to be like that. So it's all experience.
Now, it was this stage 12 months ago where our fight between the two Sebastians kind of made it a bit messy. Remember, Ogier went off in this stage. He won't want to repeat that.
But he will want to try and catch Jari-Matti Latvala. That is his objective today. On the first stage, he lost a bit of time to Jari-Matti. He'll be hoping to make it up here, but Jari-Matti's making it difficult for him, Jules.
He's making it very difficult. Ogier is absolutely on the limit to try and keep up with his teammate.
We've been waiting for this battle for quite some time. And it is fierce out there on the stages between them.
Yeah, a bit better on this one, but it's hard to make it's not clean drive here. It's just aggressive and flat out in the sand, and yeah, it's hard to make a difference because everyone which is aggressive, it's more or less in the same rhythm. But yeah, this stage was better for us. This first one, I was a bit scared with all rocks on the road and anything. This one, the conditions were a bit better.
I think what Ogier getting at there is when it's tight and twisty and technical, your driving ability can make a difference. Whereas when it's flat and big bravery needed, you're up against one of the bravest men here with Latvala.
And the strength that Latvala has is one of the tricky conditions. He really can master them. But Ogier's putting a lot of pressure onto his shoulders. We're seeing Latvala deal with that psychological pressure as well as competitive pressure really well in Argentina. Far better than any other rally we've seen them compete against. Jari-Matti continuing to extend that lead. It's 21.2 seconds now. He said last night he expected Sébastien Ogier to be a hurricane behind him today. Latvala's doing a great job of keeping Ogier behind.
Elvin dropping a couple of his positions.